Hey fellow golfers, I hope that your golf game is going well. I hope also that some of the tips, tricks, mental directions that I have shared with you over many clips, that some of them have been helpful in lowering your score, improving your performance, helping you to enjoy the game more, and extending your golf life, reducing the risk of injury through better warm-ups and stretches, better fitness for golf, better nutrition for golf, better technique, simple thoughts, better mental discipline. You saw a clip that I did recently on what's in my bag, and I thought I'd update that briefly. In part because I've been trying to hone in on the best combination of wedges for me. As you may know from previous clips, I walk the course, I carry half a set, and I alternate the clubs. So depending on the course and the course conditions and the holes, it might be a 6, 8 pitching wedge, lob wedge in my bag, or a 7, 9 gap wedge, sand wedge, 56 or 54 degree. You also saw that I had been using the Ben Hogan Equalizer 2 wedges, which I loved, but I was testing others out to see what worked best for me. And as a result of quite a lot of different types of testing, not only in sand, short-siding myself deliberately, looking at short chips, short wedge shots, I have now found a much better combination. So I'm keeping my PXG gap wedge 50 degree, and what I've been tinkering with are the others. And I thought I would briefly mention those. The first, as I showed in one of my clips, is that at that time they didn't have it out, but they have since released them, the Callaway Jaws Raw. So the raw wedge. This happens to be a 58 degree 8 bounce bare Z version with a Project X Catalyst wedge shaft. This has become my really most favorite ever wedge, my go-to wedge in and around the greens, from bunkers, for lob shots, which I love to do anyway. And what I love about it is I really get a launch, landing, stop, or one hop stop. So I'm able to control the ball absolutely precisely with this. The spin on this is absolutely superb. So that's become my go-to wedge, and as a result, I'm now thinking of getting a 52 degree. Now you might ask why a 52 when I have a 50. Well, it's because when I have the 50 I'll use the 58. In some cases I'll go from the pitching wedge to then the 52 and then a 56. So the 56 that I already had and I had showed you before was the TaylorMade mill grind 5612. So this has got more bounce on it, particularly relevant during lush conditions and soft sand. This is also a great club. This happens to have the Mitsubishi Chemical MMT shaft, and I like it a lot. I prefer the Callaway, but I manage extremely well with this too. I don't get quite the same level of spin, stop and hop and stop that I do with the Callaway, but still pretty good. So This 56 would go in my bag when I'm using the PHG 50, and then obviously working back, that would be the 9 and 7 in my bag. When I do the 6, 8 pitching wedge. One other thing to cover briefly is grips. So I've switched my grip on all my clubs, from my driver to my irons, to the Golf Pride CPX grip, which I really love, and now suits me extremely well. But on my wedges beyond the PXG 50, on the others I either have the CP2 wrap or the CP Pro, and the reason, the difference between the two is only because I happen to have extra ones, so I use them. But why this over the CPX, although I am contemplating switching these to the CPX too? The reason is, on the wedges you want a bit more feedback. So the other one is quite soft, and that's great because you don't want the vibration on the longer irons. On the woods it feels great. But on the wedges you want that little extra feedback. So these, while being relatively soft, not as soft as a CPX, they're also firm enough that you can get that feedback. So my mind isn't made up yet, and of the two I prefer the CP Pro, but I will think about it and possibly move to the CPX. So just one more thing, think about the grips that are right for you. I hope you enjoyed this quick update. Do subscribe, lots of very exciting more things to come, and I'll be doing some more things on the range soon.